My name's Dee and welcome to Untitled Tarot. Now, this is a general reading for the star sign in the title below for Mars ingress stroke transit Pisces. Depends what time I get them uploaded, because Mars enters into Pisces today. Now, according to the astrologers, Mars is not particularly all that happy in Pisces, and this is occurring at the same time as Jupiter and Saturn are both turning retrograde this week, and to have that happen for the two of them so close together is a rare event. We've got the Venus square Neptune aspect, which is lasting for at least much of the summer. So there is a lot of energies, challenging energies, and very deep energies, you know, that really enabling you to work into your dreams, look into your own inner sense of right and wrong, and am I in the right place in the universe, and if not, what am I going to do about it? There are oodles of videos on YouTube about the effects of Mars ingress Pisces, so yeah, go and watch one of them if you want to get clued up about it. In the meantime, this is a general reading rules apply. It's an oracle card based reading, but you can, I suppose, ask a question beforehand. Now, there is the same intro on all 12 signs. There'll be a timestamp down below, so you can skip past all of this waffle once you've watched it once, I hope. And do watch more than one. You want to watch your sun sign, your rising sign, your moon sign, and quite possibly, with this sort of reading, your Mars placement out of your birth chart as well. If you don't know what your chart placements are, there's a link down below to get yourself a birth chart. While I'm talking about the links down below, there's also a link to the Facebook group where I post such astrology videos for you to watch, you know, as well as obviously all of these readings. And you can contact me directly through there. It does have an inbox. There's other contact details down there as well, Twitter, Tumblr. Yeah, I think that's it, other than the ask a question. And we're looking at what energies you will get to play with, what topics you will get to look at during the Mars transit of Pisces, which, if I remember correctly, I've just suddenly occurred to me, Mars is going retrograde in Pisces, so it's going to be there extra long. This could be a good thing, this could be a bad thing. Given what's been going on so far, it's likely to be a challenging thing, but hopefully in a good way. Okay, let me bring up the cards. Okay, Taurus, you have a very schizophrenic reading by the looks of it. There's good stuff and there's bad stuff here. We start, and this is the overall energy of the reading, this tarot card here, the Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. Clarified from the Akashic Tarot with the Five of Keys, wishes fulfilled. So I'm detecting a theme. And finally with the Knight of Wands, so it's something to surge ahead and grasp what it is that you are seeking in life. This promises transformation. We have the Judgment card down here as well. And the removal of obstacles in the path to that transformation, with the Four of Keys clearing the way, and the Seven of Pentacles, where you are tending to a harvest. But I'm getting both levels of the Seven of Pentacles, that tending to a harvest and fruitfulness, but also is the grass greener somewhere else? Is the, have I put enough care into this harvest? Because we have, from the Quantum Oracle, decrease and dark thoughts. It's almost like there's an initiation going on, because from the Oracle of Heaven and Hell, you may have noticed from the shuffle video, two cards jumped out. First with Further, with War and Strife, and then afterwards Citael with the Creation of All Things. I remember from your monthly reading, there was, well, your monthly reading had a dramatic title, so what was it, Be Aware of Where the Threat is Actually Coming From. There is still strife here. We have the Three of Keys with Chess Game, which is indicative of strife and confrontation and political machinations with people who you wouldn't necessarily mix with socially. You know, this would be people in the workplace, people in positions of power, people where you are their equal ish. You know, you've got a seat at the table, let's put it that way. You know, if you're on a board meeting, it is still the CEO who is king. But you may be feeling quite isolated within a work situation or within some form of situation where you are dealing with authorities in your life. Now, that could be within employment, it could be local government, it could be, you know, healthcare or something like that. But authorities in your life that you are not entirely seeing eye to eye with, but there is an opportunity of you. We've got the Chariot card with all of this. There's an opportunity for you to go, yeah, stuff this, I've had enough, and just go. And that is what there is. Okay, transformation, I forgot to mention here, the numerology card, rebirth with number 16, and then finishing with the judgment. But we've also got this two worlds card, and I do feel that for you to get what you are wanting, what the two worlds card says is that you are living in two worlds, and whenever you're in one of them, you want to be in the other one. So the example that they use is, say that you were a monk in a previous life and you wanted to dive into the free market. So you're a business person in this life, but you miss the solitude and spirituality of your monk's life. So it's like one foot in one foot in the other, not quite able to commit. But you have an active role. We can see that with this Knight of Wands here. You have an active role, but you need to bring your spiritual self to every moment, every interaction, every business transaction, everything. You know, there's that constant, I'm doing this through love, I'm doing this because it's the right thing to do, I'm doing this because I am making myself better, I am making my world better by doing this, not because you're screwing somebody over, for example. You know, that's the complete opposite of what I'm saying. Not to say all businesses are screwing people over, they're not. But some businesses can gouge and some people can't. So if you're working for a company that gouges, no wonder you're clashing heads at the moment, because you need to be present all of the time here during this Martian Pisces period. And that's not necessarily going to be an easy thing to do, because you are wanting to race ahead. But there's a choice that you have to make, for lovers here, of whether you're going to listen to that spiritual voice inside of you or not. And if that spiritual voice is saying, yeah, come on, let's get out of here, then I would suggest, go on, get out of there. You know, simple as that. Or whether you're going to stay and fight your side, war and strife here, but by bringing your spiritual self to that battle, to that confrontation, whatever it is. This is what the Adsum card is saying. That's what the Two Worlds card is saying. But the Adsum card is clarified with the rebirth, with the lovers. This is a choice that you have to make to say, okay, yes, I'm going to go down this route of listening to what I feel is the right thing to do. Now, I'm not saying what you feel is attractive. We've got Venus retrograde going as well. You know, it's talk about one thing after another. But go for what feels right, because it's almost like through this transformation and this conflict, there are some, I don't want to say secrets, revelations that come up regarding past things that have had an influence over you for way too long, past things that have caused dark thoughts within you, whether that dark thought is anger or self-loathing or self-criticism or or on the other side of things, you know, maybe not so much self-criticism, but stubbornness and not being able to move, although no one would accuse a Taurian of being stubborn. But there's so much that is being offered to get shifted out of the way, to have its effect decrease on you. And this Akashic Library card here is showing that, yeah, those things that make you feel defensive, Seven of Wands, dive into them. Dive into them and then go, hang on a minute, why am I feeling defensive here? What? And there is where you get the opportunity to clear the way of obstacles of your progress. Because like I say, you've got war and strife on one side here, and total wish for uber wish fulfillment on the other side. But that will come by balancing your spiritual nature with your physical life. So I'm imagining that, as much as I said, if the spirit within you says, come on, let's get out of here, I'm not entirely sure. This Chariot card could also be saying, come on, let's make some progress here. So this to and fro between you and, I won't say authority figures, not necessarily someone in authority over you, but in authority over something, you know. So I'll go back to that boardroom example. You know, you're in one department, they have their own departments, and the departments will compete for budgets out of next year's, you know, shares of next year's budget or what have you. But you have your sphere of influence, they have theirs, and these spheres of influence are impinging on one another. Now is not necessarily the time for obedience. Now is the time to clear the way of obstacles and to attend, add some, to your own rebirth here. So, transformation, rebirth, judgment. And part of the way of doing that is examining just why certain things are making you feel defensive, and also some revelations from the past that makes you go, huh, all right, well, that makes sense now. I understand now. It's not a fast process. This is not a speedy thing. I mean, I think Mars is spending ages in Pisces. Normally it'd be 6 weeks in a sign. I think this one, it's more like 3 months. I'll have to look that up to check it, but it's a good while because it's going retrograde in it and then forward again. So everything that you do in the first part of this period, you will get a chance to review. You will get a chance to have a do-over, have a second try. But all through this period, there is the energies of wish fulfillment at your fingertips if you make this transformation. And I don't think this transformation it's not a major transformation as in changing your nature, changing your personality, anything like that. It's taking something that you already know and finally putting it into practice. Something that you've already known for a long, long time, because maybe your dark thoughts here are, why haven't I been doing this already? Why am I not doing it today? Why did I not do it yesterday? Which is time to decrease that self-criticism or that stubbornness, whichever, and to head forward, tending your harvest, making sure that one by one you are removing obstacles. You are removing obstacles by going to war using peace as a weapon. That will make a good title for the reading, won't it? Going to war using You heard what I said. Right, there's that's everything that I can see in these cards. So this is going to be hard work. There's no doubt about it. But just remember, while you're making this transformation, these wish fulfillment energies are on offer. You do not get much better, if I can pick them up. Nine of Cups and wishes fulfilled. You can't get much better than that. Cheers.